girl's right about the shoe. The shoe was not the same in the pic shown in court as the shoe pulled from the evidence bag by Trooper Bukake.
You mentioned you're at the hospital. There was a sneaker. One.
Yes.
Bukake! Bukake!
Woo! Good evening, friends. 1 second. Try that again. Woo! Good evening, friends. It's good to see you guys. I had a tripod in the shot, and I needed to get it out of there because it would have driven me crazy. It would have just annoyed me. And listen, we're just hanging out tonight. Okay. It's late. This is just for the insomniacs, or the people who are like me, who are dieting and trying not to eat, trying to keep their mind off of food. So now I did. The thing is, man, like the trick is just not to eat too much. You know, like I'm eating healthy. I haven't broken that, and I'm eating healthy, which is great. And I made like some like egg and chicken salad, right? And I made a bunch of it. The trick is like come back from the gym while you're still really burning calories, and I took a few bites, and then I made like a fruit parfait kind of thing. I got like this frozen fruit, like this frozen tropical fruit shit, right? A bag of it. And I put a little, I had to defrost it because it's frozen, right? So I had to put it in the nuker to defrost it. And I put some like vanilla, light vanilla Greek yogurt and some kind granola that doesn't have any sugar, at least not added. So I had a little bit of that. And so, yo, man, listen, I'm trying real hard because the thing is because I'm so active right now, because I'm so fucking active right now. I'm hungry. I'm that much hungrier. Like, so I'm eating less, but I really want to eat more. You know what I mean? Like if there was like 3 Big Macs in front of me, I would destroy them and be like, is there any more? MJ, thank you so much. Remember for 17 months. Hey, Will. Hey, MJ. So yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm just hanging out with you guys. You guys keep me occupied. I figure I'd do something somewhat productive since it's so late. But y'all are acting like, listen to y'all talking about you keep talking about food. I'm talking about food that I don't necessarily want to eat. Now, when I make the shit, I convince myself that it's the most delicious shit ever made, right? I'm totally like, oh my God, this is so fucking good. That's how this is going down, dude. Like, if I make hard-boiled eggs, I'm like, oh my God, these are the greatest fucking eggs ever made, ever, right? But the truth is that like I have steak in the freezer, I have chicken in the freezer, and I'm waiting before I can actually make like a full meal because like this is a calorie deficit, dude. This is how it works. I can't, even though that's healthy. And that's the kind of thing I'm going to be eating regularly once I burn the fat that I want to burn off, right? So once I burn all that off, then I could start eating like, grilled chicken with rice and beans and steak, dude, I'm trying to tell you, man. Yeah, like I was mashing up them eggs in that like canned chicken. Like it was, I was like, oh man, I felt like Guy Fiero. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so fucking good. And then and it's really hard too because I'd be like, I'd be eating these gummies. You know what I'm saying? And like. So I get the munchies too. You know what I mean? It's tough, man. So earlier today, I had like some like broccoli, some just like fresh broccoli and cauliflower and like dipped it in hummus. You know what I mean? Because that's low calorie shit. You know what I mean? But I burned so many fucking calories. Look, how many calories I burned today, bro. Hold on. Like I went to the gym and I did legs. And I did 3,000 meters on the rower and I walked a shit ton. So I walked probably about 5 miles at the gym. I walked a total of 7 miles today. And like 3 of those miles or like 2 of those miles was with Clubber. And then the other was just laps at the gym. So like, Clubber is getting fucking jacked, which is fucking awesome. Like I get worried because I'm like he just wants to go because I'm like, yo, dude, are you sure you want to fucking like walk that much? You know what I mean? Like we get to like this crossroads where it's like, okay, we either go that way and we walk another mile, or we go that way and we're going home, right? And Clubber is like, let's go. I'm like, bro, I like your attitude, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I like your attitude. Clubber is a fucking soldier, bro. I love that shit. Clubber's with me, dude. You know what I mean? Clubber's with me. I'm drinking a lot of water. I drink a lot of water, Jody 617. I drink a lot of water while I'm at the gym. Lots of water. Like lots. Like I fill my water bottle up like 4 times while I'm at the gym. And Jody 617, I got your email. Yes. Thank you so much. I think it was the last thing on the Amazon wish list. Thank you so much. Yes. The only thing about it, and thank you, I'm so grateful for it. Listen, hear me out. I didn't specify which size to get. So you ordered what I had on there. That's not your fault. But it's too small, like for the area that I had it in mind for. But so like it's a bar, it's a bar table, right? But it's not big enough for the area that I need it to be in. And so, but here's the thing though, is it's the perfect size for the bar that I was going to put into my music chilling room. Okay. So I've got this whole other room that's going to be just solely for like artistic inspiration and shit. Right. And I'm going to have a bar in there, like with like just top shelf fucking whiskey and shit, that I only touch on occasion. And it's a perfect size for that in that room. So it worked out fucking great. So thank you so much. And again, thank you to all of you guys who got me stuff off the Amazon wish list. I know you guys are telling me to put more stuff on there. Honestly, man, like I'm really grateful, and you guys are so fucking awesome, and I really appreciate it. But I really do really dig the feeling that I'm getting of just kind of like building this thing. You know what I mean? Like you guys support me more than enough. You know, it's great. You guys really, really are really generous to me already. And so, you know, I can make what I get from you guys like work for to build my home, dude. You know what I mean? And it makes me feel good to do it. So you guys are still a big major part of me creating this home. So don't worry about that. But you guys, I mean, you got more than enough. There was stuff I even took off of there. Because I just want to build this thing myself, man. You know, and no, and it's great. You guys are still, like I said, I mean, you're still doing it. You're still doing it. You guys still, you know, most of you guys are members, and you guys are, you know, very generous with super chats and Venmos and all that shit too. And so it's just yeah, I can make that work, you know, and still have a great, wonderful home, you know. And Clubber and Drago are so happy here. Yeah, it's really awesome. It's really awesome. I mean, the walks, I really wish that I could take you guys on those walks, because they just keep dropping, you know, the live streams. But the fucking thing is, man, like they're like where I can't, I'm gonna be doing that as long as it's not raining, you know, or there's too much snow on the ground or something. Like I just can't see not taking those walks with Clubber like every fucking day. They're so like, it's just become a part of our lifestyle. I wake up in the morning. He doesn't bug me at all about going outside. Not until, you know, he starts to, but I wake up, and I make coffee. It makes as much water. I put a bottle of water in the coffee maker. It makes me 2 of these cups. I drink the first one, smoke a cigarette outside, drink the second one, and see who's on the YouTube. 9 out of 10 times it's Aiden, who's doing the bus stop live, and I'll be watching that with my second cup of coffee, and then I hit the trail with Clubber. What's up, Street Squirrel? Good to see you, homie. Yeah, man. So like I hit the trail with Clubber, and I make sure to go to the gym. Like I have to take recovery days from lifting, so I lift every other day. Sometimes back to back. It depends because I do legs twice a week. Today was leg day. So Jen Beam from Boston. And guys, remember now, I think it's every Thursday, she said, every Thursday night or every Thursday morning from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Dina and many of the boots on the ground, the usual boots, are getting together in front of Dedham Courthouse, just like old times, just to let the courthouse know how they feel about Adam Deitch and how they feel about Greg Connor and Michael Morrissey. So they're going to be exercising there. I think that's fucking fantastic. I think that's amazing. That Dina is organizing this, and she asked me to promote it and let you guys know. So all of you locals out there that are still watching me, if you can, if there's a Thursday that you can do it, and if you could do it every Thursday, even better, but as many Thursdays as you can get to just stand out there for an hour and a half, and let people know you exercise your First Amendment rights, and let people know how you feel. I think that's fantastic, and it helps maintain that camaraderie that we've always had. And that would be cool if Erica streamed them. Yeah, that would be cool if Erica streamed them. Standouts for Adam Deitch every Tuesday from 5:30 to 7 in Medfield Center. I love that. Yeah, big day Sunday, guys. Don't forget, big 12-hour fundraiser for Aiden. And it's not me doing it. It's Aiden. Aiden's doing a 12-hour fundraiser. He's got a hell of a lineup. I'll be on at 10 p.m. with a few others. And it's going to be fun. We're going to have a blast. The mega fundraiser. My man Mazza's in the house. My man Rat House Media, Danny's in the house. Hey, y'all make sure to check out Mazza Media, man. Y'all make sure to check out Mazza, because, you want to hear somebody talk, man. That Mazza, man, he'll just rap and rap and rap, and you don't even know. You don't even know what he's talking about half the time because he's so smart. You can't even pay attention. Shameless plug. Next Mazza show. Let me do it Danny style. Hold on. Okay, Mazza, you can plug shit in here, man. It's all good. It's all good. Mazza Media, shameless plug. Next Mazza show is at 12 p.m. on Saturday. LOL. Now, do you like when you do like LOL? Are you really laughing out loud? Like, I wonder about that shit sometimes. Like, when you like type LOL, do you like laugh? Do you like laugh out loud, or do you just like look stone face and shit? I seen like a meme one time where the dude from what you call it, No Country for Old Men, He's up there like, he's up there just sitting there like, he's just up there sitting there like, this is the face you make when you type LOL. You know what I mean? Glare raised 25K for Kelsey. Never forget. And yes, I laughed out loud. Okay. You gotta get snippy about it and shit. Dude, I need to stop. I'll do that shit all fucking night. I will do that bullshit all fucking night. This gummy just fucking hit me. I don't even know what we're going to talk about. And I will just sit there and talk the house of shit in Danny voice all fucking night. And I'm not doing that. It's all out of love too, Danny. It's all out of love. We love Danny here. So, oh yeah, here's what we're gonna do. Because why the fuck not, right? Why the fuck not? Here's Maz's link to his show. Go give it a like and hit the reminder. Hit the reminder so that you know that Maz is going live. Dude, so yeah, I went live yesterday and but I talked a lot, like there was a lot of dark subject matter to talk about, you know? And honestly, you know, the SUV thing, it's really not that big news. Honestly, like it's fucking weird that only fucking 2 people fucking showed up to bid on this thing. And whatever, they sold it to somebody who I'm sure is happy with it for whatever amount, and great, awesome. That's more support for Karen and her defense fund. And we were talking about this Chud the Builder guy a lot, and I I don't know, man. Like I was kind of bleeding subs because I was kind of talking about this dude, and you know, I don't really give a fuck. You know, like I can't be vocal about how I feel about this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna do? Lose racist asshole fucking subscribers? Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit about losing racist asshole fucking subscribers. I just want to be very clear about that. So, house cleaning. And you know, the thing is, I'm still gonna defend the guy's freedom of speech. If I talk about this case, and I think I'm going to cover it. Because it's fascinating. It's very interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see if it plays out in trial. If this guy, because the state of Tennessee is saying in their warrant that he threatened him with a gun before the altercation even took place. So if he did that, then he's got serious problems. And if they can, and the thing is can they convince a jury? So I'm really interested to see what happens here. And I don't know if I mean, who knows if he's even going to plead out? He might plead out. Who knows? But yeah, dude, listen. And this guy's raising money, and he has a right to raise money. You know, I'm not happy about it, but at the same time, you know, if there are people that believe that he's in the right, he has a right to get support from the public, just like anybody else. And it's kind of disheartening that people would support a guy like that, but whatever. It is what it is. But what is more disheartening to me is that the person that he actually shot the alleged victim in all of this has raised maybe about half of what Chud the Builder has raised. And that's fucking crazy to me. That's really it's disheartening. It really is. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I have a problem with Chud the Builder raising money. I'm saying that I think it sucks that his alleged victim, is not raising at least the same amount. It tells me a lot, and it's disheartening. It tells me about the state of our country right now. There really, really is. And I really didn't notice it until I was seeing it on Twitter, I was seeing it on Twitter a lot. That's where I was just like, holy shit. And then I clicked on one thing on Instagram, and then a bunch of shit started showing up on Instagram. And I was just like, oh my God. There's so much fucking anti-Semitic shit on Instagram that it's like, holy shit. It's mind-blowing. It really is. And there's this mentality right now where it's like, if you think this way, then you can't think this way. And if you don't think this way, then you have to think this other way. And the whole concept of an independent, logical analysis of situations and then developing an independent opinion is the art of this is lost. Nobody's doing that. Everybody is going one way or the other. And I just don't understand when, hatred. The bottom line is, I'm a patriot first and foremost, and I'm not going to sit here and talk like I'm an expert. I'm just going to talk like a guy who lives here and loves this country, and that's it. I don't have a formal education. I can't debate someone on politics. I'm not educated enough to carry a debate on politics with anyone. So I don't want to pretend to be like that. I don't want to pretend to be that educated or that intelligent, but, I see what I see. And I don't understand why it's so difficult. Why, since when is hatred and division not the most obvious thing that history has taught us is how a people are conquered? Divide and conquer. People, we are in the division phase. If you're not thinking in terms of we're on the verge of being conquered, because more and more of your freedoms are being suppressed day by day. Turtle Boy is one example. Turtle Boy is just one example. So, and it's real interesting because, listen, I am not a fan of Chud the Builder. I think that he's a complete and utter shitbag. And I don't think that he's a threat. I just think that he's a shitbag. You know what I mean? So I'm going to follow his case closely, but I'm going to tell you this right now, regardless of how I feel about him, I don't necessarily want the guy to go to jail. I don't want him to go to jail because of how I feel about what he does. I want him to go to jail because he's guilty of committing a crime that is hate driven. If that's the case. And I need to be completely convinced of this, because right now, my opinion on Chud the Builder is that he is just a dumb shithead motherfucker looking for some sort of sanctuary with a group of people because he has no self-respect, that he's willing to put himself in harm's way to get content, to make money, get a following, and get content. I don't think that he's trying to start a race war. I don't think that he has a message to send. I think that he is just a shitbag trying to get content, elicit physical responses from people. He doesn't believe in anything. He's just using the most offensive language, doing the most shocking thing that one could do. And he's not doing it in traditionally urban areas. He's doing it in downtown Nashville, where it's very public. There's plenty of cops everywhere. He's protected. This is a guy who's called the cops how many times? And he was out there with the purpose of antagonizing people. Now, is this illegal? And should he go to jail for it? No, not in my opinion. No. But even though I'm not going to shed a tear for him, if he gets hurt because he had it coming, if he goes to jail for something that the law says he's not in the wrong for, that will be something that would be an injustice in my eyes. I'm not going to go fuck him because I don't like what he says and what he does, and I have no respect for him, so he deserves to go to jail. I will not do that. I feel like I have reached a point intellectually that I won't do that. I can't do it. I feel like that's going backwards. I want to be able to look at these cases from an objective point of view and put aside how I feel about it, because I think that's the biggest fucking problem in this country right now, is everybody lets how they feel about shit affect what they think about shit. And that's a real recipe for ignorance, stupidity. Stupidity leads to fear, panic, hate. And right, the guy has a right to walk down the street and say whatever the fuck he wants. And people also have the right, who hear it, to respond verbally or express themselves in response to it in any which way that is not in a threatening manner or in a physical harm, in the form of physical harm. So yeah, I mean, do I like the guy? Fuck no. I think he's a shitbag. But I don't want someone to go to jail because I don't like them. I love this country too much. I believe in what our forefathers had in mind too much. I learned too much from the Karen Reed case. I learned too much from getting to be a fly on the wall around the dopest, most rock star fucking defense attorneys of probably this entire fucking generation. And God damn it if I'm not going to learn something from that. And one of the things that I took away from that, and I'm proud that I took away from that, one of those things is that you have to look at you have to look at things and have faith in the way that the system was designed to work, not in the way that the system actually works, because that's exactly what Karen Reed's defense team did. Think about it. Because the system is what was railroading her. The system was the entity that was fucking her up. They were fighting the system, but the thing is what they did, what Karen Reed and her defense team did, was they did exactly what the system was designed to do. They had the truth on their side and just used real good lawyering to present the truth. And they beat a corrupt local government hell-bent on railroading an innocent woman for a murder of a Boston police officer. That's some dope shit. And fuck me if I'm not going to learn something from that. So the fact is the least that I can do when looking at these cases is and I've always been pretty good about this, but put my feelings aside about how I feel about people and look at the evidence and understand the law that's being applied to prosecute them. Yeah, man. I can't believe I'm up right now. Because I'm exhausted. I'm really, really tired. I keep telling myself that it's okay to take a break, and I don't take a break. And it's just been like physical exercise this entire fucking time. Like, I pretty much got my place set up the way I want it. I don't want to show you guys because it's kind of messy right now. But I've got my shit set up. I got all the wall art that I wanted, except for like right in the foyer where the doorway is. You know, I could use one or two things there, but I still got the entire other room to do. And I'm going to put a TV in my bedroom because my bed is fucking dope. And I got to tell you, like, dude, my shower is fucking amazing. And my bed is fucking amazing. And the shower gets so hot, and I got the dopest fucking shower head with all these different adjustments on it. And the pressure is amazing. And it's so good. And especially, right, Chinatown, especially after I've been, fucking walking as much as I have been and working out as much as I have been. It's the shower and then that bed is the shit. Like right now, like it's real easy to do Danny impressions because I took a shower before I started this stream. And it was the most fucking relaxing thing in the world after fucking how many fucking 7 miles I walked today? Dude, I don't know. It's basically it's like the same thing as you're asking me what kind of mattress I got. I don't know the brand name. But I walked in to this bed place, and I was like, okay, well, I wanted to like, I was running a couple errands and there was something right there. It was right there. And I was like, okay, I just want to get an idea. I had no intention of buying a bed, none whatsoever. I was happy. I had a fucking box spring and a mattress on the floor that I've been using for the last 5 years. and I was fine with it. It was perfectly fine. There were no springs sticking out of it or anything, but it was basically like, you know, your garden variety, like cheap mattress. And I'm perfectly comfortable on something like that, you know. And so, but I went into this place just to get an idea. And the lady's like, sit down, sit on it, you know. And I was like, oh, you know. And you know, it's still, for some reason, I guess I felt like, I guess just the habit. Like, you don't go into somebody's house and sit on their fucking bed. You know what I mean? Like, so just the habit, even though it's a bed store, I like the etiquette was there. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, huh? Go ahead, sit on it. And she was like, yeah, sit down. And I was like, okay. She was like, there's, you know, firm, and then there's medium, and then there's soft, you know? And then I'm like, you know, I sat on each one of them. And then she was just like, go ahead and lay back, lay down. So I did. And immediately I had this big smile on my face. I picked the medium. Dude, yo, Danny, I'm trying to tell you, homie. That's how it went down. That's how it went down. That's how it went down. Like, this lady fucking just like did it, you know? And she was like, yeah, well, we'll deliver it to your house. Like, for this price, for this price, we'll deliver it to your house. We'll take the old shit out of there. And, you know, yeah, you'd be all set up. And I was like, man, I was like, you know what? I was not going to buy a bed today. And I'm totally buying a bed today. I totally bought a bed. And yeah, and Clubber was just so stoked about it. So excited about it. And yeah, dude, I'm trying to tell you, me and Clubber, like, Drago doesn't come to bed with us, but Clubber and me go to bed together, and we totally fucking spoon, and we go to sleep. He falls asleep in this arm, and I'm just, you know, like, and we're out because this bed is so fucking soft. And he loves to cuddle, you know. And sometimes where he really likes to sleep is if I'm sleeping on my side, where my knee bends on the inside between my thigh and my calf. He likes to just lay in that spot right there. And then eventually I'll just like pick him up and then bring him over to me, and then he'll just like, you know, and he'll snore, and like we just pass out, and he'll stay like that with me all night. Sometimes he'll wake up, and then, you know, he'll end up like at the foot of my bed, like next against my feet. But when I wake up in the morning, though, Drago's almost always there, right next to my head. And I keep my blinds open so that, because the sunrise comes through my bedroom. You can see the sunrise real good through my bedroom, and it sets real good from my balcony. So it's really cool. Member for 5 months, Cali Cat, thank you so much. Who needs a heater when you have a snuggly pup? I mean, I'm trying to tell you, dude, but it's hot here. It's not cold here at all. Like, I keep the AC blasting though when it's hot, you know, but when it's cold, I leave the windows open, man. It's really nice. But yeah, and then, yeah, and because Drago likes to watch the sunrise. So he'll always be like right next to my head and then watching the sunrise. So I wake up to the sunrise. And then I just kind of lay there for a while. And I might sleep. I might sleep for like a little bit longer, but then I'll like I said, make my coffee, have my 2 cups, and then we hit the trail. I mean, it's simple, and I'm really grateful for it. You know, it's simple. Um, yeah, like it's dope that like I could just like it's it's almost 1 in the morning, and I could just go live and just kind of hang out with you guys without having really anything to talk about. Hey, listen, this is the first time I've ever had that. This is like I've never really had that. Like, I mean, I have the last like since I've been on YouTube, like just before that, yeah, it's been peaceful. It's been peaceful, but it hasn't been completely, where I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? Like I was sharing spaces with roommates, good people, and I know them well. And but it's their dogs and my dog, and it was a lot, and it just got to be where I was like, I was saving a lot of money by staying there because it was very cheap. Um, and so uh, because I don't need a lot, and I was fine with that. I was very happy. I really was. But then it was just like I don't have to do it now, and it's like it's really you know, I could just move off on my own and just create literally my own environment, um, and then just see where that takes us, you know. So like, yeah, like just having this that's just me, Clubber, and Drago right now is just like bliss, pure fucking bliss. Um, yeah. Um, and like I said, making it mine is just like a really cool thing. Like, because if I take honestly, if I take if I take like the setup away from this, because I mean it's in the living room space. It's just I'm the only one here with Clever and Drago, so it doesn't matter if I'm not entertaining people. I don't give a fuck that my fucking setup is like on the side of the living room. But regardless, like this fucking wall looks dope as fuck in this apartment with all this other wall art. Like this is like I have this fucking apartment set up the way that I've always wanted to do, pretty much the way I've always had in mind for my own, but like there was always something where it was like I was either sharing the space with somebody or um or I just didn't have enough money, to be able to do it. I just, I had to be very limited, just the bare minimum of anything, like no wall art, some fucking TV that you get from Goodwill, for like $20. Um, you know, that kind of shit. Oh my god, hold on. What?
Oh, here we go.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat.
How dare you?
Mandy Reardon, thank you so much for the 20 pounds. There's nothing better than having your own space. There really isn't. Like, I mean, I've lived on my own most of my life, but again, it's never been with the means that I have right now, and with mental state that I'm in right now. I've never been this calibrated in my entire life. Like I'm all you guys don't get it, dude. Like I'm all kinds of fucked up in the head. All kinds of fucked up in the head. Depression, anxiety, and I mean anxious, where I just get fucking terrified for no goddamn fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like and it affects your behavior. You know what I mean? It affects how you fucking handle shit, you know? And if you don't get a handle on that, you know, it affects your judgment, you know, and I just my whole life I've just been so fucking reckless. And you know, then I had to do a lot of fucking work. Man, you know what I mean? Like a lot of fucking work. I had to do a lot of work to get to where I am right now emotionally and mentally. You know, like it wasn't like I just fucking, you know, just woke up one day, you know, and got happy. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot of fucking work. It takes a lot of like self-reflection, and like accountability and shit. And it's crazy. Like I never look at somebody and see how they're acting without looking at myself and going, am I like that, dude? Fuck. I don't want to, you know, sometimes it turns out that is, you know, sometimes it turns out that's the case. And like, oh shit, I need to check myself. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, and then, you know, and to get corny, man, it's like, dude, everything is such a fucking blessing, you know, when you really start looking at things as blessings, like even the hardships, you know, you know, you really look out for the blessings. Like if you really look out for them, you're going to see them. They're there, you know, and I've been significantly happier since I've learned to focus on those things. You know, like envy and shit like that, man, that shit will eat you alive, dude. You know, like that shit'll eat you alive. You look at these dudes like Kryford and fucking BLT, bro. Like these guys, the envy just eats them alive. That's what we laugh at. When we do petty streams, we're laughing at the envy just chewing away at them. That's what we're laughing at. That's what we're laughing at when we're watching Randy. You know? And all it is just you gotta fucking just be, you know, you got your own thing. Work it, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a thing, work it. That's it. That's what it fucking boils down to, dude. It's not that fucking hard. You know? The hard part is finding what your thing is. You know what I mean? Mike Kryford. Dude, there is a petty stream of brewing. I'm thinking about doing it like maybe before the Turtle Boy Live presentation at 9. Like, so I'm thinking like maybe 6-ish, maybe 7-ish. Like I'm not in the mood for petty right now. Or maybe I am. I just don't want to risk it. I don't feel the need to switch it over to members only. We've got a cool little fucking vibe going on right now, I think. I think this is all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with it. I'm enjoying this right now. So I don't feel the need to like, you know, start getting intense and if laughter takes place, then laughter takes place. Um, but, um I I caught just a little bit of the spaces that Danny was listening to. Uh but yeah. Who was it? Was that 5150 having the spaces? Is that what that was? Oh my god. Mandy Reardon again. Oh my god.
I think we got a super chat.
Super fan.
I think we got a super chat.
Super fan.
Super chat. Super
Super
chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Dude, I can't fucking get over just how there's so much fucking madness that has taken place in this community in the last fucking like 3 years. It's so fucking crazy. Hold on. Mandy Reardon, where did that go, bro? There she is. Every night before I go to bed, I write down 3 things that I was grateful for that day. That's really, really awesome, man. That's a hell of an exercise, dude. I love that. I love that. I was where is that shit? Is that somewhere still up here? Drago probably got a hold of it and fucking is playing with it somewhere, another part of the apartment. But no, man. I was walking Clubber and there was these 2 gentlemen. And they were like, sup? On the trail, and I was like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And they were like, you have a blessed day, sir. And I was like, all right, you as well. And then there was 2 of them, and then the other one, waved at me and whatever, and then he said, hey, can I pet your dog? And I was like, yeah, Clubber loves to be pet. And he pet my dog, he pet Clubber. And then he goes, all right, well, you have a good day, sir. And I go, you have a good day as well. You have a blessed day. And then he goes, oh, wait a second. And then he reached in his jacket pocket and he handed me one of those little plastic bracelets, you put on that have like a little message on it. And it said pray first on it. And I thought that was nice. You know what I mean? I thought that was really thoughtful. You know what I mean? And so I can't pet that dog. Yeah, it was really, really thoughtful. And I had it on. I took it off. I don't like things like on. I don't typically wear jewelry. I had a chain, and I don't know what happened to it. Well, well, yeah. I told you that I was probably going to go live tonight. I told you I was. No, I don't wear gold typically, man. I don't. I'm definitely not a gold guy. I don't like gold. Stop it. Oh my god, you guys are fucking awful, bro. Yeah, I had no, I'm not really a chain guy, man. I don't know. There was a like in that town that I was living in, it was like a real small town, and I saw a lot of independent businesses come and go. And there was like this jewelry store, and they were like 50% off of fucking everything going out of business. And I was just like, you know what? I'll get a little silver chain. You know what I mean? Uh get something, you know. So I did, you know, and then I don't know, I took it off and I don't know what I did with it. It's whatever. Maybe somebody got lucky and found it. And they got themselves a new chain. Like the important thing was that I just wanted to, I just wanted to like buy something from the place, because they were just like nice old couple. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not. It's really funny. Like I was a body piercer for like 10 years, and there was I at one point had like so many things on my face pierced, so many things, both my eyebrows, nostril. I had two right here, like snake bite labret. Never got my tongue done. And I got a couple of hoops in each of my ears. And yeah. So and I fucking walked around like that for a minute. And mostly just because like I went through the healing process. Just to go through the healing process. Um I'll never tell. I'll never tell. You guys will never know. I just to go through the healing process so I could relate to my clientele. Um Dennis Rodman, no, not quite. Well, kind of. I mean, kind of. Yeah, like for like 3 or 4 months there. Yeah, I did. I had like all that shit. That was just like fucking retarded. Like, I'm not a piercing guy, man. Like, I pierced people for a living, but I just wasn't. Like those were your, you know, Godsmack and Disturbed listeners and shit like that, man. And I mean, it was Miami, so it was just like belly buttons and tongues, put food in my belly and paid for a little studio, you know. It's nah, man, I like when people ask if they could pet Clubber, because Clubber loves to be pet, man. You know what I mean? Like he loves to say hi to people. He's really, really friendly. And so like it's nice when people aren't scared of him, you know. I think it says a lot about them because like Clubber, like, you don't know if he's nice. And if he's not nice, he looks like he could fuck you up. The only thing is I don't think that he would fuck anything up ever. Like he's too fucking sweet. Yo, stop it. Stop it. Yo, there's people out there fucking loud as fuck. Oh man, Clubber like never barks. If he barks, something's wrong. You know? Um, he never barks. He howls in his sleep. He's having doggy dreams, which is just goddamn, man. The first time I heard that, man, that just melted my heart. I I just, man, he slept so soundly the first night that he stayed with me. And I was just like, and I just held him in my arms. He was so little back then. And he would just be like, and I would just be like, oh my God, I want to die. What's he weigh now? I would say probably like 70 pounds, 75 pounds, maybe 75 tops. No more than 75, I don't think. Yeah, he still goes after the squirrels, man. He still goes after the squirrels. So what did y'all think of the Kevin Hart roast? Any thoughts on that? Um, I love it. My whole thing is fuck. If you're offended by jokes, you're the problem. Like that's it. That's it. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that he made a Charlie Kirk joke. Good. I'm glad that he did, even though I have no problem with Charlie Kirk at all whatsoever. But I'm glad that I thought that Tony Hinchcliffe fucking owned that roast. I thought he fucking rocked. It was amazing. Like he burned through that fucking roast. It was hilarious. I wasn't crazy about Kevin Hart. Like I felt like he was hosting his own roast, which is kind of like it's a bad look because it comes off like you need to be in control where the whole point is that you're not. Like you just have to sit there while everyone fucking tears you apart. That's the whole thing, right? Now, it's all out of love. It's all your friends and your people doing it, but you don't get to fucking control the narrative and the situation. You don't get to do that. You don't get to clap back until it's your time to clap back at the end. That's how the roast. So it seemed pretty arrogant on his part, in my opinion. At least in comparison to any other roast that I ever saw. Michelle Smith, welcome to Logic. Thank you so much. And I thought Shane Gillis was fantastic. Chelsea Handler was funny too. I mean, it was just, you know, the political stuff, it's just whatever. But the fact that everyone could roast each other and get that dirty was good. And just because you don't find a joke funny doesn't mean it wasn't funny. You know, like I've heard people talk about this Netflix and, you know, like Billy Bush, love my man Billy Bush. I love him. I do. Still a big Billy Bush fan. I don't feel any different about him. But my man was just like, hold on. Michelle Smith just gifted 10 memberships, people. Holy shit, man. Thank you, Michelle Smith. And congrats to those who just got memberships. Yeah, man. Billy Bush was all fucking like, it just wasn't funny. You know, I just, you know, I don't remember Kevin. I remember when Kevin was coming up And then Kevin Hart, he got kind of arrogant, got kind of arrogant there. And he's like, and the jokes about Charlie Kirk and all of, oh God, it's not funny. I mean, you're just saying things just to be shocking. And I'm like, but I thought it was funny. Just because you didn't think it was funny doesn't mean it wasn't funny. So people are going to listen to you when you go, it wasn't funny. It's like, no, it was funny. It just wasn't funny to you. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And you might think I'm a piece of shit for thinking it was fucking hilarious. But the thing is the whole point of the roast is to go as far as you could. And the whole fucking vibe of it, the whole beauty of it, the thing that holds it together and makes it work is the person's ability who's being roasted to be able to take it and laugh. That's the beauty of it. Where no joke goes too far, where that person can go, oh my God, oh, I can't fucking believe you went there, and still laugh because it was just that far. Like that's the idea. That's what comedy should do. Comedy should fucking make you uncomfortable and make you feel guilty about laughing at it. Like it should be a joke that makes you feel shitty almost for laughing at it. That's absolutely, in my opinion, what comedy should be. Because things after a while get corny and they're not funny anymore. You got to push these things. You got to exercise your freedom of speech, and you got to do it creatively to keep it interesting, to keep it on fire, to keep the torch lit. That's the idea. Without satire, without humor, God, can you imagine? And I don't think that there should be any limits on this. I think it's absurd, frankly, to go, but some things are just too far. No, they're not in my opinion. I mean, I respectfully disagree with my man, Billy Bush. I mean, I still kind of do, I mean, I don't like to censor myself at all. Sometimes there's just things that I'm just like, I'm not, fuck that. I just, fuck that shit, dude. Like, I'm not going to treat my audience like fucking children. We talk about crime cases. So the word rape is, I'm not going to sit there and go grape. I think that's fucking crazy. You're not children. That there's a setting on here that says this video is not meant for kids, and they could put the setting on there to where it's 18 and over, and I am perfectly okay with that. If it limits my monetization, I'm perfectly okay with that too. I just, and I just, it just doesn't feel right to say schmurder or unalive. I like saying rehomed. I like saying that shit because that shit means dead. That's what that means. But yeah, like I just, we're fuck it if it limits my ads, man. Yeah, I just don't like that shit, dude. I don't like fucking I just don't like that shit. I don't like sitting there and especially it's like I feel like this is my platform. Like I understand that but I'm paying the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me do my thing, dude. And for the most part, YouTube is cool about that. You know, like for the most part, you know, there's TOS and it is what it is. It's fine. You know, I mean, there has to be some. It's a private company and it can't be the wild fucking west out here. And in some ways, it is. But so I don't fault, you know, YouTube for having a terms of service thing and whatever. But it's like, you know, if I don't mean any harm in what I'm doing, like at least be able to differentiate that. Don't just take buzzwords and go, fuck, you know, we're gonna flag you. Just like, you know, pay attention to context, please. It's all I ask, you know. And if there's companies that don't want to run ads on my stream because of what I'm saying, then okay. You know, it's okay. They're still getting 30% of all my super chats and memberships, you know. I should have say over what I get to fucking say, you know. You know, I'm a little bummed because see, Jimmy and I both individually and independently had the idea of doing a Turtle Boy roast, right? And I really wanted to do one, but I really wanted to do one in a really traditional fashion, right? In the way that I was just describing was wrong with Kevin Hart. I wanted to do one in a really traditional fashion, and so the Wilbur thing was just more of a variety thing, and then they just made that a section. And something like a roast, in my opinion, it has to have the whole, you know, I don't know. And I think it was just me because Emily C fucking killed it. It's just me, you know. Emily C killed it. I cagged my shit, you know. It just didn't feel right. Like the jokes that I had, some of the jokes that I had, like felt like they were gonna be like, whoa, they weren't gonna be received well for the vibe that was already created and going on. Does that make sense? I was reading the room and I was like, I made a judgment call, you know? Clever was just now howling. I think he was about to again. Never mind. Yeah. So like, but I really wanted to do like a fucking like just everybody individual, like it's a whole like 2 hours, maybe even 3. But the problem with that is you're gonna get a whole bunch of not funny fucking people to roast him, you know. Like at a real roast, it's usually like stand-up comedians and shit. So this, you know, so here it was like, oh man, you know, wow. Yeah, I could just hear my neighbors. But yeah, I so I'm thinking like, you know, what are we gonna do? We're gonna write jokes. Like, so me and Jimmy would have to like write jokes for like so many different people, you know? Because you know that like so many people who would get up there would probably bomb, you know? Like there's only so many of us who put comedy to this shit. You know what I mean? So it just, yeah, like, and maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm a little bummed out about how my part of the Wilbur came out, but I still had a really good time. And everybody was still really fucking awesome. That's right. But sometimes they actually are, just not for the reasons that they think they are. Well, the next Wilbur is just going to be more intimate. Like it's going to be just like 3 people. He hasn't said who it's going to be, but he said it was going to be just like him and 2 other people. And so it sounds like he's already got that all set up. Yeah, these people are fucking loud, bro. It's 1:30 in the morning. They wouldn't keep me up though. I'm just like tripping on it. So what's going on, yo? What's going on with the quartering, bro? Is anybody following that shit? There's like quartering drama, right? So supposedly the quartering like false flagged a channel called Kino Casino or something like that. And this chick Chrissy Marr supposedly, or Chrissy Mayer supposedly allegedly lied to help him cover it up. What's up, Donald? Oh, I haven't listened to what Rackets. Let's hear what Rackets said about that. We might as well. We're just fucking sitting here chilling. Let's hear what Rackets said about that. Let's look for it. Bro. There we go. Okay. Okay, dude. Like I've never seen him without sleeves before. He's got some arm work.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lost Planning the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Ricada of Ricada Law. I think the camera's over there. Welcome to a special episode. So I got this new tablet to run my live, to run all the...
We're watching Rackets, man.
And I need to rearrange my desk. That's what I need to do. So... I thought you guys might like to join me.
He's done this shit. Hold
wear...
on. You know what? Before I play this, I have to play you guys something else. Like one of the reasons why I've always been a fan of Rackets. This goes back before the Johnny Depp shit, even. So, like, you guys got to see this. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Yes. Where is that shit? I gotta go way back. And I know he still has it up. Like that's what's so funny about it. Like one thing I love about Nick Ricada Rackets, one thing I love about him is that he doesn't give a fuck. Like he does not give a fuck. He's really, really funny. And he makes a lot of sense. You may not agree with everything he says. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's definitely way more educated and way smarter than me. So, you know, I would never like try to debate him on anything in regards to like knowledge on cases and things like that. But bro, where is this shit? It was just a quick video, but it was just long enough, dude. She goes way back. Is it 5 years ago? God damn, this is fucking back. It's just one fucking video. Hold on, let me see if I can just do it this way. Yeah, here we go. Here, right here. Here it is.
Critical K.
So fucking funny.
Critical K, the YouTuber Critical K, who has personally called me a pedophile, is getting her ass handed to her in court over and over and over again. Against Ray Andracchiano, I think her name is Andracchio. So she's been
Ray Andriacchio. So Ray Andriacchio sued, canceled Karen, aka Critical K, for $10 million and lost, and like K lost. And so Ricade is just rubbing her nose in it, like he's this is just really, really funny because Critical K is a piece of shit. I like to think that I had a very, very good hand of just burying her. She could not show her face without me fucking doing a petty stream on her shit, and fucking just like she couldn't show her fucking face anymore. Like I was paying for her fucking for a Patreon so that I would get the video and fucking go over them. Because she sucks.
getting just fucking deleted because she refuses to show up in court. And then she just tells the court, yeah, Karen yaks.
It's
okay.
The fact that he's in a hot tub right now is the funniest shit in the world. Like it's like half comedy, half pimp as fuck. Like it's half hilarious and half pimp as fuck. Which just makes it fucking hilarious for this video. Oh my god.
She just keeps telling the court that she doesn't think she has to. And the court's like, well, you fucking do. That's how
that's totally what
her
happened.
Lawsuit's going. You don't want to be in that position. The bitch doxed you and your wife years ago. Yeah, she's a fucking cunt. She really doesn't like me because I sided with Michael Long. I mean, at the time. And now everybody's using Michael Long being charged with kidnapping of his daughter like as evidence against him, but
he's just like,
I completely
let me just get in my fucking hot tub, go live and talk shit about Critical K. Tell everybody how she's a fucking cunt. It's fucking great.
Like, look, Michael Long may have committed a crime, but let's go with the fucking hot take. There are times when crime is justified morally.
Bro.
If you think that.
Now, this right here, that right there is why I love rackets, bro. That shit right there. That's that shit right there. Like, he's not afraid to say that shit. Dude, that case was fucking crazy. You know how much doxing took place? You know how much fucking nasty, disgusting, underhanded, dirty shit? You think that fucking Karen Reed brings out? I mean, it's bad, but dude, the Sophie Long, the Michael Long thing was so dirty. Everyone involved, like, it was just so bad. I'm trying to tell you, like, I see certain people on like Twitter and I just laugh at them like they're not shit. You know what I mean? They're not shit in comparison to like the kind of shit that case fucking stirred up. And Nick did not give a fuck, and he was honest about it. And he was like, no, I'm not going to sit here and just side with the fucking mom. Like, there's all kinds of shit wrong with how the court is handling this. And he was really loud about it. And he was the only one. He was the only fucking lawyer talking about this shit and being really loud about it. And I was fucking loving that about him.
The government trying to take your child and put them into a situation with known abusers. The correct thing. And I don't know what to do. I like to think I would have the courage to break the law myself in that case. Get this. So Michael Long gave me the documents about the Sophie documents about the abuse tests that happened. We went through them on that stream. I should re-upload it. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'll re-upload it and make him take it down again. The documents from Sophie going to the doctor and them documenting the abuse by Kelly Long and her boyfriend. And Michael owns the documents. He gave me the documents, gave me permission to go through them on stream. And then Kelly filed a privacy complaint with YouTube. And I told YouTube Legal, I'm like, the owner of the documents and the rights holder of the documents
gave them to me,
gave me permission to use them. And they're like, no,
right.
Fuck you. So YouTube took it down, which is a shame. But because that's why Critical K calls me a pedophile, is because I went through those documents. There's documented abuse that Kelly tried to hide from the court and tried to hide from the public using Red Banyan, the PR firm.
Yep.
Any YouTuber who read Sophie's sane
this fucking video is amazing.
Exam and private medical records wherein they talked about her genitals should be investigated. There were several YouTubers involved in the Sophie Long stuff, which I believe the FBI should investigate for possible child porn. There were several YouTubers, one of them a very big YouTuber, big, huge. This particular YouTuber, I think any YouTuber who publicly read and
this filthy cunt has already had 2 channels taken. Like, she is absolutely fucking worthless. Totally fucking worthless. Like, got sued for $10 million. Wouldn't even show up to court.
dissected Sophie's rape kit examinations and sane examinations. Many of them put up diagrams of naked babies talking about genitalia.
It's interesting. The stream that she's going over right now is about the Kylie Rodney case that I was just talking about yesterday. So right here, look, you have Ryan Upchurch right there. You have Zav Girl, and you have Jared from Adventures with Purpose. And then these other fucking people who I don't know who the fuck they are. But yeah, like Zav Girl caught a lot of shit because she ended up posting autopsy photos of a child. And it was really fucked up. Yeah, Gannon. Yeah, and the whole fucking internet came down on her. She gained so many followers following the Kylie Rodney thing because she was out there implying all these accusations as well towards fucking a bunch of kids. She was doing that shit too. She was fucking leading the shit. And she's completely, I had never understood it because she was completely boring. And then here is canceled Karen trying to involve herself in it, but she wasn't getting any views at all whatsoever. Nobody gave a fuck what she had to say by then.
what was found in the exam?
But now she's talking about the Sophie
details.
thing.
Every single one of them that did that should have been investigated by the FBI.
What the fuck are you supposed to do? Just let the court take your child? Just let them take your kid? Like I said, sometimes breaking the law can be a moral choice. I can't ever advocate that as an attorney. I have an ethical obligation to tell people, do not break the law. Don't violate the law. Fight it in court. But I get it.
I love that. I fucking love that. So he's like, hold on, there's more shit here. This is like 30 minutes. I want to go down this rabbit hole. I kind of really want to go down this rabbit hole.
Is this person
like, I want to hear Rackets roast Critical K. I want to watch this a little bit. I'm going to speed it up, though.
Is this person like trans, or is this just a...
Nope.
No. I'm talking about the commentator, not the...
No.
Okay. I don't know.
I can see how you make that mistake. There's a crazy person named Critical K. Karen Yax is her name.
I've never seen this.
Her name is public record.
Her name is
Karen
public record.
Yax, Critical K.
Yax,
She has a banned YouTube channel. She's a ban evading YouTuber in the true.
Why I'm trying to tell y'all, don't get yaxed, bro. Don't get yaxed. Don't ever get yaxed, bro. You remember how in Kingpin it was don't get Munsoned? It means the same thing. You know, to be up the creek without a paddle, to be, you know, to have the whole world in your hand and then just fucking blow it. Don't get yaxed, bro.
Crime space, and she's an absolute fucking imbecile who spends her time doxing people, harassing them, defaming them, and then when she does this enough, she gets sued. And then the real idiocy begins because she's fat and broke and can't actually afford any of what she says. She doesn't have any capital to back up her words. She doesn't have any truth either. But she is being sued by a woman named Ray Andracchio. Now, the reason that Karen Yax is on my radar at all, or that I even know that Critical K exists, is because of the Michael Long, Sophie Long, Kelly Long situation that popped off a couple years ago, in which a little girl was supposed to go back to her mom. Her parents were split up. Was supposed to go back to her mom and was filmed on a viral video, screaming, crying, resisting going back because of the abuse she feared at the hands of her mother and her mother's boyfriend, who turns out to be a real fucking dirtbag on his own. A custody battle would ensue. PR firms get involved. Shady court stuff happens to the point where no one can actually know what's going on in this situation. What we do know is there's some deeply wounded people and a couple children in the mix who are all in danger during this scenario. So I was covering this scenario, and Critical K, Karen Yax, was opposed to, was on the other side of it. She was on Kelly Long's side, where I was on the side of, I don't know if Michael is solid, but I know that Kelly is fucking crazy.
Right.
Well, she didn't like that. She didn't like my opinions. She has called me a pedophile for daring to cover the case, to give Michael an interview that apparently made me a pedophile, according to her. You know, you'd sue someone if they had anything to take, but they don't. Plus, she's already being sued, and that would be a superior claim by Ray Andracchio. Ray Andracchio is a woman whose son was murdered, according to her. Police ruled it a suicide, and she has been pushing for the truth because there's very suspect circumstances around that. It was kind of big in the Wine Mom true crime era of YouTube. And
Wine Mom,
that's kind of what's been going on with that
YouTube
situation. She's been sued over statements she made about Ray Andracchio, and rather than actually fight them, she has decided to just tell the court that she can't be sued. So, you know, yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is from today. This is fresh. This is fresh off the presses. This is a lady named Critical K. All right. And
I love how he's got some dude up
her
here.
YouTube video today, her live stream that happened.
He did this with me and Kurt.
This is today, so this is breaking.
And it was
just today. This is while we were talking.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, you've got like network. You've got people sending you stuff as it happens, right?
I'm grabbing stuff out of the ether.
You are the man.
Here we go. So this is title is Critical Case He's about Nick. Here we go. This is my man Spectre. Grab this one for me. So here we go. Let's see what she says.
What is this?
Here.
I do not, Lauren X. Edwards, I do not collaborate with him. And he's like obsessed with me right now. It's for some reason. It's really gross.
Wait, who is?
Who is? You?
Never collaborated with him. He's a horrible person.
Wait, is this me?
I would never collaborate with him. But he's like obsessed with me right now. And I don't know why. It's weird because it's been like over a month since I even said his name.
Wow.
I think she's talking about me.
Like, I don't know what triggered him.
Okay, so the background story. This is a chick named Critical K. Her name is Karen Yax, and she's a true crime podcaster. The problem with her is that she says a bunch of lies about people, and she's being sued by a woman named Pinocchio.
Yeah, you've told
I
me
mentioned
about
this at the beginning of the
Right,
stream.
right. Okay, so this is her, huh?
So when she says it's been a month since she said my name, when she said my name, she called me a pedophile because I had a guy on my show whose daughter was being swept up in some CPS bullshit, and he had what he considered medical proof that she was being sexually abused by the mother and the mother's boyfriend. He took her into a clinic. They did the full-on, effectively a rape kit, right? A rape kit, by the way, people don't realize. Like,
No,
a rape
with
kit
an
isn't
X.
like a swab or something. It's an inventory of questions that they go through with a purported victim to see if they're actually a victim of some sort of sexual violence. And there can be some medical tests involved in that, but like it's more about their testimony, because you can do a rape kit later than the event when things might not be as apparent, but the trauma and the way they answer questions can matter. So we went through the test results, which show, according to that clinic, clear sexual assault on this child. And it was ignored by the court, just completely ignored.
Completely
They did not
ignored
accept
by the court.
This thing. And then not only that, they went on to say that the dad never took care.
Rekida's doing an excellent job of explaining this, by the way. You could see why so many of us were really angry about what was happening, because there was, Michael Long did everything in his power to get to the bottom of what was happening to his daughter. Because the fact of the matter is his daughter was 9 years old, and for some reason deathly terrified of going to the environment that her own mother provides her. So if a 9-year-old child, a 9-year-old girl, is that afraid of the environment that her own mother provides her, something is wrong, and it needs to be looked into. Questions need to be asked. It needs to be looked into. This was not properly, and Michael Long did everything he could, and this is the thing is Michael Long did something that I can't sit here and say I agree with necessarily, because there's a lot of fucking shit that went down. I was speaking directly with Michael Long for quite a while, and speaking directly with him, his wife, his parents, and I will say that he did everything in his power to get an investigation into his daughter's claims, because what kind of parent wouldn't do that? And why wasn't the mother going, yeah, let's just do that? Because according to Sophie, her mother was involved in the abuse too. And it was described as like a trafficking situation. And it was really, really sick, and it was really infuriating. And there was even a point where she was on a body cam, recorded a nurse while they were conducting a SANE exam on Sophie, and said that she had symptoms of a venereal disease. And And yeah, real bad. Like there's no fucking reason why a 9-year-old should have that. And there was a recording of a police sergeant who was off duty, and he was trying to intercept this SANE exam from actually taking place. And he was calling those cops that were at the hospital on their phone, trying to talk them into stopping it from happening. So a lot of shady shit. I went over all of this stuff. Months of me going over this stuff. Rackets went over some of it too. And so now he's just going at Critical K because Critical K just had to go the opposition. She went the opposition for views because I told Kay, because at one point we were actually cool. At the beginning of this, Kay and I were actually on a civil level. We weren't talking about the Watts case anymore. I had given her the benefit of the doubt, and we were cool with each other, but I had a side eye, and I had just started collaborating and become friends with Annie. And Annie was just coming up at the time. And then Annie fucking blew up on YouTube like right away. Like she had over 100,000 subs like pretty quick. Because she had already made a big name for herself on TikTok before that, supposedly. And so Annie, I was texting with, I still have the text thread to this day. I still have the text thread. I have screenshots of it where you see where Critical K, she's like, I won't touch that case. I'm not going to talk about that shit. Blah, 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 blah. That's a nothing burger, blah, 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 or something like that. And then she's like, and then I said, this girl, Annie, who I've been collabing with here and there, she had over 12,000 people watching her talking about this. And then immediately Kay responds with 12K with a question mark. And I went, yeah. And then the next day she goes live, sends me a link. I kind of smell what's happening. I know what she's going to do. So I'm already kind of a guard up. And she tries to go off on me and challenge me on it because I was on Sophie's side. Because all I was saying is there just needs to be an investigation into the girl's claims. That's all. I'm not saying it happened or it didn't happen. I'm saying, why is nobody actually investigating it? Why is the mother trying to stop it from happening? Kay tries to blindside me on her live stream while I'm up on panel with her. And I'm like, fuck you, like, no. And I explained because she doesn't really know anything about the case. And then she kicks me off, but I still had a wrench on her channel. So I just kept on commenting. And so and then she took my wrench like right then. And then that was it. It started a war. Her and I were just from then on just pure adversaries that got ugly. And yeah, she put out my ex, very, very vindictive person. She took very, very private things and gave them to her and twisted the narrative on some of it. And most of it, the reason why nobody goes over a lot of it is just because there's nothing that's incriminating to me on it. This is the stuff that was evidence in the custody fight for my son, which I won. So there was nothing in there that made me look bad. It was just my private shit was put out there, and then they tried to twist it. It was just, it was a very, very, very ugly time. That's why any of my shit is out there right now. So, you know, but you know, and that's the thing. You guys know me. I'm proud of the person I am now. So, you know, the stuff that I ever did that I may regret or not, whatever, you know, like I have no problem, you know, taking accountability for it. It just is what it is. I you know, if I did something wrong and it sucks, then I did something wrong and it sucks. And I'm just trying to, you know, do the best I can these days. But I'm not going to admit to something I never did. And I'm not going to discuss details of my personal life with a bunch of fucking strangers as though I need to justify myself to them, because I don't owe anybody any explanation. So, you know, these kind of things are I'm impervious to this, to these kind of things. So, and that's just the kind of person she was, you know, like it says a lot when one side is doing these horrible things and another side is just sticking to, because I never doxed anybody. I never got dirty like that. I never went real life on anybody. Never did that. I felt really, really against that. But that was Kay's MO, man. And that's why she got sued, and that's why she got fucking kicked off of YouTube.
To see if the child was actually in any danger and stuff. It was really a weird case, okay? But the dad gave me the documents. I'm interviewing the dad. We went through them on stream.
He gave me the
Red
documents
Banyan, who's
too.
a PR firm, was involved in this. A big PR firm that Amber Heard had hired at one point. Even they were involved in this. They were, I believe, they were involved in taking down my video through a privacy complaint, even though I had consent of the father of the child to talk about these medical documents. It didn't matter. YouTube didn't give a shit. They took that video down. But that's why she called me a pedophile, is because we went through the medical records of the child. Now there's no pictures of the child, but there are some descriptions in there of violence against her, which was kind of horrible. But you know, that's reality. Like you know this because you deal with law and you deal with the ugly side of humanity. So do I. And we don't shy away from that on the channel just because of someone's sensibilities. Reality is ugly sometimes. So I went through that. That's why she hates me. Since then, I've mentioned her, I think 0 times until tonight. And the only reason I'm mentioning her is because she's getting blown out in her lawsuit, that her defamation lawsuit against her, because she's an idiot who just keeps trying to tell the state of Mississippi that they have no jurisdiction over. And they're like, no, we do.
Jurisdiction. This is a Brooks defense. I don't know if that's the defense that I would lie on with. I mean, if she's the jurisdiction, once it's established, it's kind of over. I mean, you know, you can do it on appeal, but you know, you kind of like have to move on from that. If the court's determined jurisdiction, then now you got to defend the suit, right?
Yeah. Once you do that, and she's told the court several times that she just doesn't have the money to defend it, Steve. So she shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Here, let's hear what she has to say, though. Here we go.
It's
all right. Sorry.
It's
I don't know
fucking
what
hilarious. Like
blind in his BDDs over me, but for some reason
everything that Nick said was absolutely 100%
I'm not twisted up or not. I'm
true.
laughing at you.
100% true.
Sure why.
All of it.
Because you're losing your lawsuit in hilarious fashion.
The only thing I've ever said about him is he humiliated a little girl by reading her medical records. He called her mother the C word.
Her mother's a cunt.
Oh my God. That's
Oh, let me.
Her mother is a cunt. Now, what does that say to you? What does it say to you when the people being accused and who are trying to avoid investigation are being accused of having good old boy bullshit ties to the family court system in Collin County, Texas? Who? Like, sound familiar at all? Right? So, yes, Kelly Long is absolutely a cunt. I completely concur with Dr. Ricada. Who hires a PR firm? Why did she hire a PR firm? What does that say? She hired a fucking PR firm. This PR firm sent me an email claiming that it was a C&D. And I made a video where I said I wiped my fucking ass with that thing. Like, fuck you. That's not a fucking fuck you. That's not a C&D. And even if it was, fuck you. You're not going to stop me from talking about this. I'm going to talk about whatever the fuck I want. You know? So they tried to scare me into stopping to talk about it. They tried to scare Nick into trying to talk and to stop talking about it. That's what he's talking about right here. I got the same fucking email from those motherfuckers.
Be very clear. Kelly Long is an absolute cunt.
Okay,
I agree.
Court orders.
How are you defining this exactly?
When,
Is there a legal? Is this a legal definition?
Her boyfriend at the time is a guy named Jacob. God, it's been a long time. Ken, Kiwi Farms, Ken Jennings. Can you help me out? What is Jacob?
Bellington?
My brain goes to Wetterling because I'm in Minnesota. It's
Bellington,
but I think it's a W. What was Jacob's name?
Bellington.
Bellington. Thank you.
Yeah.
Siren Jack. Jacob.
I almost forgot too.
At the time, Jacob Bellington is a real piece of work.
He's
Very
a
connected.
fucking shitbag.
Seems to have gotten out of a lot of actual trouble without questions being asked, without trials, without court intervention. But Jacob Bellington, or Kelly Long, court ordered to keep the kids away from Jacob Bellington. What does she do? Takes the kids to Jacob Bellington. They ride around in go-karts, flips the go-karts. One of the little boys gets his arm broken, put in direct danger by this person who's unstable. And you know, nothing ever happens to her. That's the thing. Nothing ever happens to this woman who consistently put her kids in danger throughout this entire process.
She violates court orders like they're nothing.
And she, I don't know how to say it. She's a cunt. And when I say put kids in danger, the boys were in physical danger. Sophie was in sexual danger. There's lots of documentation about it. That the court ignored it does not convince me that it didn't happen because the doctors are convinced that it happened.
Yeah, but
right.
But the logic here is because you're reading a medical report that documents something that actually happened. You're the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually it. Yes. Correct.
That is freaking bizarre. Like let's analyze this for a second. So I'm going to read the autopsy reports of the murder victims in Idaho. I'm the bad guy, not the murderer.
Yes. That's the logic here. Let's see what's next. Here we go.
His mother has begged him to take down
Thank you, Nicola.
his live streams where he reads her medical records. He refuses to.
His mother did not beg me to take them down. His mother's attorney demanded that I take them down and threatened me with an ethics complaint, of which my video of my response to her email is still up. Fuck you, bitch. You want to threaten me? I will destroy your dumbass all over. She sent me a cease and desist, Steve.
But this is a public record.
What about the
document that you read?
So the document that I read, first of all, Kiwi Farms Ken Jennings got this document from the court clerk.
Oh, that's public record then.
I got the document. I think it was subsequently sealed.
Okay.
I got the document prior to sealing and broadcast it prior to sealing from
prior
the
to
dad
sealing.
who
He
had
did.
the record. So yes, I legally
Prior to
document.
sealing.
I had the consent of the owner of the document. The mother refuses to acknowledge the document because she claims that it's fake or that it's not accurate.
But see, how is this not just reporting?
Because I got the document too. But I didn't get permission to share it. Not immediately. And there were certain things that I just wasn't going to share. I felt like it wasn't my place. I felt like a lawyer or a medical professional of some sort would be more appropriate. I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to go over it. I don't think. It was a long time ago. It was like 5 years ago.
Of course, it's reported. Like it's full First Amendment protection.
Yeah, I mean, this is called public interest reporting. I think. I mean,
Yeah,
if you were the New York Times, expose 60 Minutes. There wouldn't be any question at all, would there?
No, not.
Well,
not a
the
single trace.
sad part
So,
is,
I don't know.
I'm probably going to re-upload that video.
the sad part is that she is still a minor. Sophie is still a minor. Who knows where she is? Her name was probably changed at some point. Hopefully she's okay. The only thing we can do is hope that we were all wrong because she's with her mom. Thank you, Nicola.
It's been a long time since it's been down, but now that someone's pissed off about it, I'll re-up. It was a really good interview. I don't know that Michael Long. Here's the problem with Michael. He's a really interesting guy, and I do believe that in his mind he was acting in the best interest of his daughter, but he was acting in violation of court orders, and he's facing a lot of prison time for it.
Right.
But I also, as a dad, understand that perspective that the court is telling you to put your child in danger, and he says, "No, I'd rather take my kid to Mexico.
Right.
She's not going to be in danger." And that's as an attorney, that's a really fine line to walk, right?
That was crazy. Like Michael Long just ended up like up and grabbing his kid. Like the court ordered him to give the kid to the mom, and he was like, "Fuck you." And he took Sophie and went to Mexico. And then he got thrown under the jail. They mixed him up by accident with a drug trafficker. And so for months and months, he was in jail under the name, according to them, as far as they were concerned, of a drug trafficker that was wanted. So he was under that person's charges because he ended up with that person's identity because they mixed it up. Yeah. So his nightmare of his own problems hasn't even got the chance to start because they're put on hold because he's having to live some other fucking drug dealer's nightmare that he should be living. Think about that shit. It was crazy.
Because we're supposed to respect the courts. So Ken Jennings says Critical K has repeatedly called Sophie, this is the daughter, a brat, and that she was lying and that she was lying so much. There's a
yeah, she called her a liar and a brat, so like a bunch of times, and now she's saying that Nick, disrespected this child.
5.5 minute compilation video of her saying those things.
He's like a bratty little kid. Talk about brats. Some kids are freaking brats.
This fucking cunt would just sit there with a fucking kazoo, completely obnoxious. She would wear a fucking tiara because she called herself a fucking queen. What are you talking about, Nicola? Did I reduce the tape, add more for my anxiety? What are you talking? No. It's fine. I haven't touched it. Thank you, though.
And I'm hearing brat, like in my mind, I'm like, brat, shut up, you fucking brat. She's a brat. Screaming with her little cowboy boots.
Wow.
That's a bratty scream. Wow, what a fucking brat. She's a fucking brat. She's an out of control, oppositional, defiant brat. And I don't believe anything she's saying. I feel like she's lying. She's a brat. She's behaving like a brat. So calling a brat is a derogatory term.
Well, is that a negative connotation?
Well, I mean, don't we call bratty children? And it's ironic that his child is a brat.
So the victim in this case, Sophie Long, she has repeatedly said that the
there's not less tape on it.
And is a brat. It's nasty. Here we go.
And he's clearly hates me.
I don't hate you. I just laugh at you.
Michael
right.
Long and Michael Long's reign of terror.
First of all, okay, I've never seen a single piece of content you've created before this.
All of her children back.
She's
not happy. They're happy.
I doubt that. By the way, real quick,
can I critique the stylistic as a PowerPoint presenter myself? This long block of text on the thing is not working. This is not the way you do a presentation. Is anybody going to read that?
No.
Right.
But here's the other thing. I talked to Sophie. I talked to the little girl while they were. I didn't know where they were, but Michael had.
I never talked to Sophie.
I talked to her.
No more than a hi.
She
on a
smiled.
FaceTime.
Everything
with
looked
Michael
on the up and up. So to tell me that she went back to her mom and she's happy, maybe I don't buy it for a second. I know the bias of Critical K. I'm not biased towards Michael. I'm biased against Kelly for sure, but I don't know that Michael's the right guy either. He gave me some weird vibes. I think he lied about some stuff in our interview. I've talked about that before too, but it doesn't really matter because I can empathize with a dad who believes he's keeping his child safe, even if he's wrong on it. But I don't think he was wrong on this one. At the time of this,
right. No, Michael Long is flawed. Definitely flawed. Not the perfect superhero dad from the movies. He's definitely flawed, but he's not. I don't think he's a bad father. I think he's a very protective father. I think he's I I think he's a little unorthodox, and I think he's a little full of himself, a lot full of himself. But he would admit that, you know. But he's pretty arrogant. He's a pretty arrogant guy, and his arrogance fucked up his public support. So
that child was not safe with the mother. And that's clearly apparent because one of the brothers who was with the mother got injured at the hands of the mother's boyfriend against a court order.
Well, sometimes there's no good options. You know, this is why judges hate family court, because sometimes maybe there's a pox on all houses, right? Both parties are playing dirty. I don't know this case in particular, but
yeah, that could be the case.
You don't know, and it's very difficult looking outside and trying to figure these out. And that's why you look at things like reports and independent. You're trying to find the truth, right?
Let's get through this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I want to hear her.
Together as a family.
No one can verify this. It's just a complete baseless
And
assertion.
he's mad about that.
Right.
And Michael Long is sitting in a jail cell.
I have not talked about Michael and Sophie Long probably in 2 years. I laugh at your lawsuit against Ray Andracchio.
This shit is hilarious.
I didn't tell him to make false accusations.
First of all, nothing about the accusations have been shown to be false. He was charged with violating a court order. The kidnapping is not, I don't think he actually has a kidnapping charge. I think it was still in violation of the court order to produce a child. I have dealt with actual kidnapping cases between parents that have not been resolved in this nice, expeditious way, where there was a clear kidnapping, a clear lack of rights, and everybody just goes, oh, well, wash your hands. You look into this case and you watch the, I think it's Collin County, where Dallas, a suburb of Dallas, Collin County, Texas. You start looking into the Collin County courthouse and its family law division, and you will find cases like Michael and Sophie Long everywhere. And you'll find the same guardian ad litems. Right. The guardian ad litem in this case acted not only as guardian, but also as attorney in direct violation of the law.
Yeah, but they can't get anybody to do it, and they pay junk. They don't pay any money.
Yep.
So that nobody's doing it. So this is very typical of this type of court. I hate to be cynical about it, but it's a disaster. I mean, what goes on in these family courts, it's tough. I mean, there's sometimes there's just no good resolution. Nobody can get it right 100% of the time. Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, I can.
I certainly didn't tell Nick to read. Levi Page, you're one of many who has said that to me, that they liked him until he defended Michael Long.
I didn't defend Michael Long.
And see, this is what happens with some people, and it happens with lawyers too. They get committed and married to certain opinions and quote beliefs.
Nope.
And anything that challenges those opinions and beliefs is for them like throwing holy water on a vampire. It makes them angry.
Clearly, you've never watched Twilight, you dummy.
That's a sign of low emotional intelligence. Emotionally intelligent people have the humility to learn to admit when they're wrong, when their opinion was wrong.
Who is this person?
Their opinion when new information is presented to them.
No new information has been presented.
Who is this person? What?
Kelly Long was a fit parent.
Which way to feel about Michael Long? All I did was present the other side, and I think Rakita Law thinks like I beat him or something. I mean, I don't know how else to look at it.
Oh, you dummy! Look, I said I wasn't gonna say anything, or I was gonna pause it again. Woman, I am a narcissist. Do you think there's nobody on earth who has ever beaten me at anything? I could lose in a sporting event and consider myself the victor. So I definitely don't think that.
Yeah, I will say that this is a passive observer here. At no point during this entire conversation did I ever think, gee, Dick is upset because he thinks he beat her. That is 180%. There's a lot of projection going on here.
The funniest thing is, like, my current topic about her had nothing to do with Sophie and Michael Long and everything to do with how retarded her legal documents are in this Ray Andracchio defamation case. She just keeps writing random letters to the court saying, no, I don't have to show up. And now she's facing sanctions for and default.
She's representing herself in a lawsuit. Okay, that's stupid right there.
Right. Representing herself in the lawsuit, which she lost fucking spectacularly. Because her entire defense for this lawsuit was, you're not suing me, you're harassing me. I live in Michigan and you're in Louisiana and you can't sue me. That was her entire strategy, her defense strategy. And she got ordered to pay $500,000. Canceled Karen doesn't have $500,000.
Well, and what is her job? What does she do?
I guess this. I don't know if she has another job. That's the thing. Like, I barely know anything.
She was a physical like an occupational assistant to an occupational therapist, as I remember. And she's still loud on Twitter. She still shows up on Twitter. She's fucking retarded. But nobody listens to her. Nobody gives a fuck about her anymore at all. And it's funny. It's like she's like Agent Smith in the third fucking Matrix, where like fucking by then Neo's like, what do you want, Smith? Like, what do you even want? She's just a nuisance at best. So she she got ordered to pay $500,000 in this lawsuit. She's completely and totally just fucking like a horrible lying sack of fucking monkey shit. She just spews out lies. She thinks the world of herself, but at the same time, you could tell hates herself. Yeah, she was an assistant to an occupational therapist, but I think what ended up happening is she got fired because, or at least this was the rumor. She got fired because she was getting sued for $10 million, and people I think maybe somebody found out where she worked and was calling her job, and they fired her over it or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, she just insisted on being heard, and nobody fucking, like, after her first channel got taken down, she couldn't get nearly the views. She had like 60,000 fucking subs, man. She had like, a couple of thousand people watching her every time she went live. And like, yeah, she just had the ear of fucking retards. It was crazy. Retards who thought they were smart.
Thing about her, I just think that the lawsuit against her, my friend is the lawyer in the case against her.
See,
so
this
like,
is the problem.
That's
this
the
is
only
part of
reason
it.
I'm interested in it.
Anybody can get, I guess, and broadcast and have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and that's what happens. Is that
that guy is awesome.
There's no weeding of the fields of chaff from the chaff. Right?
Well, there is. I mean,
I want to know more about that lawyer.
There, but
I want to
subscriber
hear
count is an
Nick tell me about that
because
lawyer.
subscriber count often has to do with catching waves and stuff like that.
Okay.
Her wave was Sophie Long, and she still wasn't able to capitalize on it because she's just not interesting. But that being said, the only reason I talk about her at all is because my friend is the lawyer suing her.
Okay.
And it's consistently hilarious. Her like insistence that the state of Mississippi has no. She says that they just can't possibly ask her to come to court because she just doesn't have any money, and that's not fair.
Right.
And it's like that's not how this works.
Right.
That's not how any of this works.
Right.
And so now she just
that's what she was saying. She was like, I don't have any money. And the funniest thing is, even though she didn't have any money, the judge still fucking obliged her. The judge was like, well, you can appear telephonically. She could have just called the court and just appeared on the phone, and she still refused to call the court or be reached on the phone. That's fucking what's crazy. Like, she just wouldn't, they were like, fine. You can't fly to Mississippi, then fine. You could just call the court and the judge will hear you over the phone. Nope, she wouldn't do it. They ordered it, and she was like, she just blew it off.
Probably get sanctioned for refusing to comply with discovery as well. And it's like, you're self-owning all over the place. That's why I don't even care about the Michael and Sophie Long stuff anymore. The story's over. Michael's going to prison.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see a real appeal, but based on everything we've seen so far in the Michael Long case, it kind of looks like a really corrupt Collin County family court system. And I've gotten several lawyers, guardian ad litems, and other people from Collin County when I was covering this saying, you have no idea how bad it is here. No idea how terrible this is. The corruption is obvious. The corruption is rampant. But
it's very difficult. I mean, I have a lot of sympathy for what that's trying to be done, what's being asked of these courts, and what is the staffing, the lack of information.
Let me stop you right here. Let me stop you right here. This judge, in this case, Cynthia Wheelis, her husband was the
Wheeler
chief judge. who assigned judges to the case, assigned his wife to the case. She sealed the case. Guess who leaked sealed documents to the pro Kelly Long Facebook group? The chief judge, Judge Wheelis, leaked documents in this case
Oh,
to
Wheelis.
the pro Kelly
Not
Facebook
Wheeler,
group
Wheelis.
so that they would have information. Went in there, he's like, "Hey, you guys want to know about this? I'm the senior judge in this division. My wife is a judge on the case."
Imagine if Judge Bev did that shit. Imagine if Judge Bev leaked a bunch of shit for the McAlberts on social media. Think about that. Like corruption in your fucking face without flinching. You know what I'm saying?
He goes in, he leaks the documents straight to him.
That should be, isn't that a disqualification motion?
You would think, and they filed, Michael filed motion. Michael's attorney, who I've talked to, by the way, his attorney before he ended up having to be pro se, because his attorney dropped it because of the harassment she was getting for her role as defending this guy.
Yep.
I talked to her. She's like, they filed motions to recuse. They had the proper basis for recusal.
Crazy.
And just
I'm trying to tell you guys, like, it was insane. Like, Michael's lawyer, he had two lawyers, and they had to like one of them dropped out because she couldn't, just like, there wasn't enough money. Like, we were doing everything we could to raise money for him. But one of the lawyers dropped out because there wasn't enough money, and then the other lawyer dropped out because even though she was working pro bono. After a while, very interesting thing happened with her is she got threatened by someone in her law firm who knew somebody. I don't think it was in her law firm, but I think it was somebody from that side basically threatened to have her bar license revoked. And they somehow had the power to do it. So she was basically threatened off of the case, not just by the people on the Kelly Long side of things, but people in the Collin County court system muscled her out. It's crazy. Like, it's fucking insane. And that girl's still a minor. Like, there's nothing to be done about it. It's just, there's nothing to be done about it. The court ruled. It is what it is. It's done. That's it. Who knows what Michael Long is doing these days?
Nothing ever happened.
I think he's out of jail now.
The judges recused. Then eventually the judge ended up recusing herself and fleeing the state.
What?
Yes, the judge fled the state of Texas because she feared retribution over her actions in the case. And then they appointed a new judge, and the new judge directly violated the state statute on appointment because he had zero family law experience as a judge or an attorney. And in Texas, if you're going to be appointed as a judge in a family law case, you must have as a specialty, either in your practice or as a specialty in your judgeship, family law experience. He had none.
Who appointed him?
Judge Wheelis.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Dude, it's like there was clear documentable
No,
statutory violations going on from the court.
I have similar
good old boy bullshit
stories that are not near as entertaining, but that are similar corruption that I can tell you about off the air. And sadly, I don't know. I mean, people have lost it. You know what happened to fair judging? Let's just I'm talking as a theoretical. So you have put me in my place properly, and properly so.
No, but you can't, you haven't followed this. You don't know. Like, you couldn't possibly know, because it's ridiculous to say that you would have a husband and wife judge team where the husband is the superior judge of the district, who assigns his wife to the thing, who assigns the same two guardian ad litem she assigns to every case, to every family law case. They're always deferential to the mother in every single family law case. They get paid a ton of money. She allows them to act as, so there's two guardian ad litems in this case. One is supposed to act as a guardian ad litem / attorney. The other one is supposed to act as a guardian ad litem advocate. The advocate wrote motions as an attorney and filed them in court, directly violating Texas state statutes. The judge, the appointment of, the leaking of the documents by the chief judge was investigated by the State Bar of Texas. I believe they just decided that he wasn't in, or that they maybe gave him an admonishment, but not anything beyond that. She ends up recusing herself, fleeing the state, and then his new appointment And he may have recused himself after appointing. I can't remember, but his new appointment directly violated the state statutes. I went through all of this on video. You couldn't have known that this happened because this should never happen this way. Even if Michael Long is 100% guilty and Kelly Long is a fucking angel, what happened in the courts in this case was a travesty of the court system. I was just talking with Steve about, how this whole thing worked out.
I'm trying to tell you.
Really, what it comes down to is uncertainty.
Trying to tell you.
We don't know if Michael Long is right. We don't know if Kelly Long is a cunt or just a bitch. We don't know what's going on with that. What we do know is that there's a whole bunch of information that we will never have because the process failed.
That's dude. Fucking, that was amazing, bro. Fantastic, Nick. The phone lines are open, my friends. Does anybody want to call in? It's 2:30 in the morning, bro. Does anybody even want to call in at 2:30 in the fucking morning? I mean, there's like almost 600 of you watching. And there's some folks watching on Twitter too, so. Excuse me. Bella, welcome to Logic. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem. I'll go to sleep as soon as I hit the pillow, dude. Tonight. I just felt like kicking it with you guys a little while. I wasn't sleepy. And I'm hungry and I was trying to like keep my mind off of eating food. So you guys kept my mind off of it pretty well, and I'm really grateful. But that bed is gonna be fucking amazing. Clubber loves his couch as well. I love that they sleep through the night, both Clubber and Drago. They just sleep through the night like a couple of kids. Who the fuck is this? Hello? Come on, say something. All right, you fucked up.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
It's Christy Ferguson. I haven't called in. Hello.
Hi, Chrissy Ferguson.
Are you there?
I'm here, Chrissy Ferguson.
Hi. I have enjoyed your program for a long time. I've called in once. I don't get to afford members only very often, but
well, this isn't a members only.
I know, but I've enjoyed some of your members only when I've got gifted a membership. It's been awesome.
Chrissy Ferguson, turn down the device that you're watching me on.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, so that you don't hear the echo and it doesn't distract you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I love your new studio.
Oh, thanks.
Love your new studio. It's awesome.
Right on. Thanks, Chrissy Ferguson.
And I congratulate you on the chewing the gum. I won't lie, I still vape. I should be chewing the gum, but I bite my cheeks, so that was never a good option for me.
Yeah, man, that happens to me sometimes too. It's painful. Sometimes I bite my tongue. Sometimes I bite the inner part of my bottom lip. It happens. It sucks. It's very painful when that happens.
You're doing awesome though. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm smoking a lot less because I'm not smoking in the apartment. I swear, I finished a pack of cigarettes yesterday that I had bought the previous Saturday. That's how long that pack of cigarettes lasted.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty
I've done
good,
the patches. Yeah. I've done hypnotism. I've done the quit line.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad habit.
It's gross.
Yeah.
And it's the stupidest habit in the world. Like it's the dumbest thing in the world. I started smoking when I was a kid because my friends were doing it, because it was part of an image that, they went with an image that we were adopting. That's all it was. It was the stupidest fucking thing in the world. And then it just became a habit.
So why is
You get
it
old
that
enough
my
to start
kids
drinking.
accepted that I vape because I don't smell? That's not okay with me. That to me is just hypocritical, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, I can't vape. I'm not doing that. But all
I
right,
know. I don't think it's any better.
Chrissy
But I've sure
Ferguson,
enjoyed talking to you. I've
you
sure
too.
enjoyed your studio. I've watched you all the time, and I have chronic illness, so I'm up and down all night. So I'm one of those watching at 2 a.m.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that hopefully the show can take your mind off it a little bit.
Oh, it does. Gives me some laughter. I enjoy it.
All right, right on. All
Well,
right.
you have a good night and sleep well.
All right, Chrissy Ferguson, thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Call from.
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Will, it's Angie.
Hey, Angie, how we doing?
Good. So I just learned about a crazy case in Hawaii that involved possibly a cop.
Oh wow.
It's a cold case.
Oh my goodness.
And it's unaliving. It happened in the 80s. So I was like, why did I not know about this? But now I know why. I wasn't even born yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like researching because I'm from Hawaii. So like, looking into old cases and stuff.
What's up, Emily C?
But
anything else you
I'm
want to
so
tell us
excited
about
for Sunday.
the case on? Okay, yeah, let's change the subject. Yeah, Sunday, the big Turtle Boy mega fundraiser.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I can't
fun.
wait to hear from Yannetti. That's going to be great.
The Cerebral Ninja. I am excited about that myself.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
So
me
what
too.
time are you? You're later on in the night, right?
Yeah. I'm going on about 10 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to hear from Ray. I haven't been able to watch his show in a while
Oh,
too,
yeah?
so it'll be nice to hear from Ray from Dallas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ray's always love Ray.
Well, you have a good night, and you sound like you're ready for bed. So
Pretty much.
have a good night.
All right. Thanks so much, Angie. Have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. I'll take one more call. I mean, it's almost 3 a.m., dude.
Call from
You're on. Who am I speaking with?
some blind bitch.
Some blonde bitch. What's up, some blonde?
Some blind bitch.
Some blind bitch. What's up, some blind
Yeah.
bitch?
Will, how do I get you interested in this stupid Al Ritchie case that took place? It was in Norfolk County. It was in 2016. A man from Canton got a gun, a pew-pew, a holster, and some paperwork, posed as a constable, kidnapped a man from Avon. It went downhill from there.
So there was a man who was an Avon lady in the 80s?
Yeah, an Avon lady, for sure.
Or you mean Avon that worked like the dispatchers?
He lived in the town Avon.
Okay.
So a guy from Canton kidnapped a man from Avon, and then that ended poorly. The man from Avon was killed.
Okay.
But Morrissey was the district attorney at the time.
Okay.
Cosgrove was the judge. And a
Okay.
few of the attorneys are interesting.
Okay.
It's an interesting case. I think some of it could lead back because of the time frame. I think it could help prove some of the corruption that's going on in that county.
How so?
Just the fact that one of a Dedham officer was handing out paperwork and his badge, stuff like that. Just irresponsible stuff.
Handing out paperwork and his badge?
Yeah, and his gun. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it's basically like if, I don't know, Proctor gave it to some friend of his, and then a friend of his posed as a constable with all this paperwork, a gun, a badge, everything.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
All
a
right.
lot. Yeah, there's just a lot more going on. That's weird.
Okay.
That's gone on within the last 10 years.
Okay. All right. Right on.
I just find it interesting.
Yeah. It's very interesting. All right. Well,
All right.
thanks for calling. I
I'll let you
appreciate
go to
it.
bed.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. That's going to be it for me, folks. Avon, home of the fun Jordan's furniture. Oh, yeah. I got to go. Yeah, I actually got to go get the right size bar table at a furniture store tomorrow. I got to go to a furniture store. This time what I'm doing the same thing I did with the bed. Fuck that shit. I'm going to go and I'm going to get the right size one. Because, again, that one that Jody 617 hooked it up with from the wish list turns out to be a good size for the bar in the music appreciation room. Whereas I am going to go and get one for the dining area tomorrow. It's going to be great. I'm excited about it. But man, I'm going to be sleeping in late, baby. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Remember that I love you very much and that I'm very grateful. Thanks for all the support, guys. You guys are fantastic. And it only takes a second to stay safe. Being retarded never stopped anybody from being a good neighbor unless you're a McAlbert. Anyways, guys, we will do this again very soon, my friends.
Watch out! Hey, you guys, I'm in here! Hey! Help!
Today, Being retarded means leading a full life. Retarded people go to work or school just like their neighbors and come back to a real home, a supervised home, right in the neighborhood, where they belong. Being retarded never stopped anyone from being a good neighbor.